You know, I don't think you realize just how angry Dennis is with you.
Why are you telling me all this, Peter?
Just I thought you ought to know. I see a friend in trouble. It's natural to try and help.
Oh, right. And even if this were Dennis's idea, he couldn't have brought it off without you, could he?
True enough.
What do you want?
You.
You're crazy.
I'd say you were the crazy one. Don't you realize what I could do with you if you're not careful?
Don't you threaten me, Peter. I'm not one of your little call girls.
You're not much better. I'd strongly advise you not to try that again. I'm gonna have you, Paige, one way or another.
Over my dead body.
I sincerely hope it doesn't come to that.
Yes, we should use the footage on the heart transplant. Well, only if the surgeon will agree to the interview. Yeah, well, look, can you use your own judgment, Bill, and let me know? All right.
Oh, I'm not interrupting anything.
Not at all. Something wrong?
I have to talk to you.
Well, of course. Have a seat.
Thank you.
What is all this about?
It's about Dennis.
You drive a hard bargain, but you've got yourself a deal. Listen, you draw up the papers and let World Oil take it from there, all right?
I've come to see you about Ashley.
I have looked all over for her. I've called her apartment. I've called her friends looking for her. Becky doesn't even know where she is.
She's at my home.
Is she all right?
No, she's not. She's upset and angry and hurt.
Well, we had a little misunderstanding yesterday.
I know. Ashley told me about it.
Iris, you have to understand something. Ashley isn't rational when it comes to the subject of my relationship with Rena.
I don't find that at all surprising.
I've tried to explain things to Ashley, but she is obsessed with the idea that I'm still in love with Rena.
And are you?
No.
Do you love Ashley?
I gave her an engagement ring. She knows how much I care for her.
Well, I care for her a great deal myself, and I wouldn't like to see her hurt.
Hurting Ashley is the last thing in the world that I want.
You have hurt her, Justin. You've hurt her by not being honest with her.
I was just trying to protect her, Iris. I told you how upset she gets even when I mention Rena. That's why I didn't tell her I was going out to the Bellman place. She still doesn't understand that. She doesn't understand a lot of things, like why I thought it was so important that I moved out to the ranch.
Or why you won't set a wedding date.
I told Ashley I would talk about that soon.
Well, you'd better talk fast, because she's planning to pack her clothes and move back to Savannah.
Is that really what Ashley wants?
She thinks it's best for you and for the baby of yours she's carrying.
Paige, I find all of this very difficult to believe.
So do I, Elliot.
If it had come from anyone else, I might have considered it seriously, but Peter Parnell, I'm afraid he's hardly an unbiased source of information.
I agree, Elliot. I just keep asking myself what he can gain by lying.
Well, perhaps he's afraid that you and Dennis will reconcile your differences. Maybe he wants to prevent that.
Maybe it was a mistake that I came here. It's probably just Peter trying to cause trouble.
No, Paige, you did the right thing. There have been too many lies in this family. If Parnell is trying to cause trouble, I want to know about it. Dennis is trying to put his life back together now, and the last thing he needs is somebody like Parnell chipping away at the pieces.
Why didn't Ashley tell me she was planning to have my child?
She didn't want you to know until she was sure that you wanted to marry her. And she didn't want you to marry her just because she was pregnant.
Was she just going to go away somewhere? Without telling me?
Yes, but I thought you had a right to know.
She's not planning...
Oh, no. Oh, no. She wants the baby. She wants it because it's yours and because she loves you. But she's not certain that you love her. And she doesn't want to burden you with the obligation of a child.
Ernest, I just don't know what to say.
Don't say anything. Just take some time and think about it. I'm sure you'll do the right thing.
Dad? John said you wanted to see me.
Yes, Dennis, I did. Do you have a seat for me?
Sure. This looks serious.
Well, it is, in a way.
What did I do, mess up an assignment or something?
No. Paige came by a short while ago, Dennis.
Oh. What did she want?
Well, I'm afraid she had some rather disturbing news. I don't even know whether I should be telling you this because, well, it's only hearsay, and I've always felt that passing along that kind of gossip is detrimental in the long run.
Well, what sort of gossip is it we're talking about?
Peter Parnell came to see Paige this morning. He said some very nasty things to her. Well, what it boils down to is that I'm afraid that Mr. Parnell isn't being entirely honest with you.
Really?
No, from what Paige tells me, I have the feeling that you're being used.
And how am I being used?
Well, I hate to say this, and I hope it's not true, but from the looks of things, this whole business with Jack Brent, the film producer, was just Parnell's way of getting back at Paige.
Is that what she told you?
Yes. Seems the whole thing was a setup.
Well, I know that.
You mean you were aware of what Parnell was up to?
Dad, I'm the one who set it up.
You promised me you'd get some rest.
I couldn't sleep.
Have you had anything to eat?
No. Now, Vivian offered me some stuff, but I wasn't hungry. Did you talk to Justin?
Yes. We had a long talk. I suspect you're going to be seeing quite a bit of him. I told him you were planning to leave Houston because you're carrying his child.
What? You did what?
I told him you were pregnant.
Why did you do that?
It just came out. I didn't have it planned or anything, but I think it worked.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord, Mrs. Wade.
Now, darling, there is no reason to get upset.
Lord.
Remember, a woman has to fight for what she wants, and she has to use the weapons she has at hand. Now, there is simply no point in just sitting back and refusing to take action.
I don't even know what kind of action you're talking about.
If it serves your purpose at the moment.
But it's not true.
Not now, but you can make it true.